Watopian Weekly. You should listen to it every week because I'm gonna listen to it. Yay!
Welcome to Watopian Weekly, Season 4, Episode 15, the podcast for Zwifters, cyclists, and everyone else. Each week we are here to discuss all things Zwift, life, and beyond. My name is Dustin, and with me is a man whose thirst for rocks and danger can never be quenched. A man who coughs in the face of fast gravel dust. All right, I'm going to do that again. Hang on a second. Let's try it again. Okay. Let's just start the whole thing over again, because that was going to be good, but then I feel like there needs to be one more thing in there. Okay, here we go. Okay.
That's fair.
Okay. Welcome to Watopian Weekly, Season 4, Episode 15, the podcast for Zwifters, cyclists, and everyone else. Each week, we're here to discuss all things Zwift, life, and beyond. My name is Dustin, and with me is a man whose thirst for rocks and danger can never be quenched. A man who coughs in the face, gravel dust. He doesn't care what's on his water bottle. He's gonna drink it anyway. A new gravel veteran, Josh. Woo! Woo, Josh! There we go.
Hey.
I needed to add that on there. How are you doing, man?
Good. I don't like the gravel dust, so.
Yeah. I don't like the gravel dust either. It gets all over your bike, and then it's like
I have to clean.
Yeah, we should talk about cleaning stuff, because it's like I don't know. Sometimes I just let it go because I'm like, it's gonna get dirty again.
I know, but I go outside to ride my bike so I can avoid chores like cleaning, and then I come back
100%.
and now I have more chores.
Yeah,
clean my bike on top of cleaning my house.
but it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun, and we should get the people from a bike cleaning person or something on to talk about proper bike cleaning. But have you used the muck off stuff?
I have. It's good.
It smells
it's
so
solid.
nice.
It's solid.
Yeah, we are not sponsored by them, but we could be. And but I just
gotta insert those shameless plugs every time.
But it's like it smells so nice, and like there's got to be something for that. I don't know what they put in it, but it's because like I'll wash my bike outside and then bring it inside and like dry it off. I'd like to give a shout out to Nick K on our team, because he gave me this tip to use the leaf blower to blow off the water off your bike. I don't always do that.
That's
great. Yeah, because I have an electric one that plugs into the wall. I'm not trying to brag, but I've got a big backyard and a really long cord. But anyway, I was gonna get the battery powered one, but anyway, just got that one because it was like $40 or something. Anyway, that's a long story. Anyway, but yeah, man, that's another hack for that. That's great. I bought a leaf blower and I thought, I'm only going to use this once a year. I use it all the time. Man, it's awesome. But yeah.
I was going to say, I hope you don't take a gas-powered leaf blower inside the house.
Inside. Yeah, it's just so loud.
Get a taste of that carbon monoxide.
Oh man, I know but you do. I do like the way it smells though, the muck off stuff. Not the gas and oil mix thing too. Oh man, yeah. That it's come to that time too. By the way, I know. Let's just get a little Midwest talk here, real quick. Have you had to mow your yard yet?
How can I put this? I should have mowed my yard. I have not yet though.
Okay,
it's like a jungle.
That's good though. That's good. It's for the pollinators. That's what I just tell people.
Yes,
it's all for the bees. They need it. And my neighbor has a hive right across the street from us, so that's why when we get local honey, these could be bees that I actually know. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know.
So
but yeah, it's getting a little long. I probably should mow at some point today.
I don't know. I was just talking to my neighbor about this, and he said that he intentionally lets his grass go to seed on the first mow before he mows it, so that it drops seed, and then he doesn't have to reseed his lawn. Which I'm not really sure if he was just yanking my starter cord or what. I don't know. But
if that were me, I would say that too. If I was just too lazy to mow it. Yeah. It helps It helps
Yeah.
see the lawn or
Yeah.
something.
I know, because I was like, oh, that makes sense, because like our yard is getting pretty crazy too. But I mean, it's we've had rain and we've had thunderstorms, which have been awesome, but we haven't had enough of a break and I don't need to mow my yard yet because it's not that long, except in some spots. But I don't know. I like it lumpy. But all right, just like my oatmeal. But yeah, man. All right, so I know we have a lot to talk about today, and we should just have a section of just a Midwest house chores
The
or
Midwest app.
just things we have to do, and then talk about what's the best way to give directions or something too. We were talking about in the pre-show meeting there about that. But
just give me the address and I'll put it in. I don't need to know about this road and this highway. I do not care.
But yeah, because for listeners who are not from the Midwest, maybe this is true for other people who are just
people
fathers.
who are not millennials or younger.
Yeah. Because I find myself doing this too. Like when I guess I turned 46 this summer, so I'm not too old, but I'm old enough, I guess, that when a younger person asks me for directions, I say I find myself giving directions like my dad does, and where you give out the directions, but you say, and then you're taking a right here, and this is where when I was in high school, they actually had this, like give a story about every direction. It's like nobody wants to know.
You go uphill to school both ways.
Yep, that's right. That's right. In the snow, even in the summer when we had to go to school.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's
true.
Hate to see that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But yeah, okay. So, well, we do have a lot of stuff to talk about, and I know we've got a lot of stuff to do today too. But you and I both do. But we should do our weekly catch up, Josh. I mean, I know we are going to talk about ZRL wrap up and everything, but yeah, how have you been doing? What have you been up to?
Yeah, so I think the other week we debriefed on the gravel race that I did, which was pretty sweet. About 2 hour,
awesome.
2 hours for 36 miles, a little over, was that 54 kilometers or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, great time. Didn't crash anyone else. So mission accomplished as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and literally a good time. Like, and I mean, you had a fun time, but I mean, like that's an excellent time.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. Looking forward to doing another one. I haven't really decided what, if any, races outdoor I'm doing. But beauty of Zwift is you can jump on a race at any time. So,
absolutely.
yeah, I think otherwise, I was on vacation for a good part of last week and this week, so didn't really do much riding. Came back to do a ladder race and just bombed completely. Got last place and did pretty terrible. Kind of recovering from like a chest cold, but yeah, so that wasn't too great, but got a couple of races on tap this week, 2 ladder races, so hopefully we'll be feeling good enough by then.
Yeah.
So.
Did you eat a lot of there was a holiday here. Did you eat a lot of holiday candy at all?
No, I didn't. No.
Yeah.
I didn't eat any like Easter bunny shaped chocolates or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, I really try not to. I mean, especially after we talked with Coach Frank a couple episodes ago, and he talked about winning in the kitchen and winning in the grocery store and everything, and not having all that stuff in your house because you will eat it. And then and so I've been doing so well with that. I've been really, really doing well. And then my daughter has all this candy, and like there was a bag of peanut M&Ms. I'm like, no one's eating these M&Ms, and I don't know. I wonder if they're still good. Anyway, I ended up eating the whole bag. So, but that's it.
Yeah, we won't comment. We won't comment on that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, they're gone now too. So I had to get rid of them, and I'm not going to be wasteful. So, I mean, I guess they probably would stay for like a year. I could probably save them for next year, but yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, it's all right. Oh man, well, that's cool. Yeah, I got to give a shout out to Epiphany for ZRL, because we were doing fantastic. Of course,
And then you upgraded.
Yeah, I upgraded, and then I couldn't race for the last couple rounds, or the finals. So I got the DS, which was actually really fun to do that to help encourage everybody, because Epiphany was just firing on all cylinders. I mean, it was just awesome watching these guys just race and everything. And then the last race. Unfortunately, life gets in the way, and we weren't able to get as many people as we wanted to. So for that last race, we had three riders: Akash, Josh, and excuse me, Akash, Josh, and Mike, and they did fantastic on this course, on the Skur and the summit and everything. Skur. Wait a second. It was it was breakfast. Crits and grits, but you have to go over the breakaway bray like, I don't know, 25,000 times.
Six times, I think.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Like yeah. So I'm watching it and I'm like, is my sauce wrong? It says we're going over the breakaway bray again, and they're like, no, that's right. I'm like, oh my gosh, because when you're DSing and you're just watching on the computer or whatever, sometimes it doesn't seem like it's always the same. So anyway, we get that, but they did fantastic, and then Mike had a dropout. And so because he was doing really, really well, and then he had a dropout, and so then he had to catch back.
Man, that stinks.
Yeah, it does.
You hate to see that.
Right, and especially, but he still did great. He went for segment points and stuff, and we ended up in the top pool, but we ended up last. So that's okay though. But it was really fun.
Yeah, I mean, if you're competing against the top teams, then hey, nothing wrong with that.
No, so I felt good about it, and we had a good time. It was a good wrap on the season too. So shout out to everybody who participated in that. That was fantastic. It was fun. It was actually fun. So and hopefully next time I get to ride. So I would really prefer that.
Yeah. That'd be ideal.
Yeah. All right, so we were talking about graveling here, and we can move on to some of our main talking points here because sorry, I should say I forgot. I did a gravel, or not a gravel race. I did a ladder race on Friday night. I think it's funny that it seems like there's always a gravel race on Friday nights too. Do you find those, or not gravel race, a ladder race on Friday nights? You guys do that?
No, we actually haven't had. I mean, it's all kind of mixed. We rarely do weekends.
Okay.
But yeah, a lot of ours have been Thursday or Friday lately, and then this next week we're doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So
I just thought it was funny. I mean, we're usually Wednesday, Friday, or Sunday, or sometimes Monday. It seems like those are the days that we end up riding the most, and I have no idea why, but just maybe that's just how people's schedules go.
Yeah,
but I just think it's funny. Like none of us have anything better to do than ride our bikes on a Friday night.
On a Friday night.
Yeah,
we could spend time with family, but why do that when we can?
Yeah, right. Well, it worked out for me because my family was gone and I was the only one here, so then I raced. But
then that's fine.
We did the UCI course reverse and Richmond course reverse. Where you're going backwards around that thing in Richmond, Virginia, and I think that was I don't know if it was easier or harder because you didn't have to go up Libby Hill, you didn't have to go up the 23rd Street, but either way, we had to. It was custom finish, and we had to go back up the big climbs at the end.
Did you win?
I did not win, but I got third. But
did your team win?
The team did not win because we got and this is my fault, and this is it's totally my fault. So we're gonna and we have failing on here. The team didn't fail, but this is my fault. So so this is gonna segue into our main talking points here because I before we started, somebody fed Randy from our team fed all of our stats into ChatGPT. And ChatGPT gave us all this information on like how to win the race, which was actually really funny. And it basically said you just need to go faster than the other team, and that's the. I guess you're right. And
the more you know,
the more you know. That's right. And then so we're riding, and then and I'm reading out through this stuff, and it said, and Dustin, the chaos creator. I don't know how I got the moniker chaos creator, but that's what I do, man. The chaos got to create. So and I just told I told Daniel on our team it's time to create, and I just went to the front on one of the climbs, and I just blew everything apart. So that meant that I also hurt our team. So I know is a bad move. And like Daniel, who is our captain, for that night, he was saying like, how about a little heads up next time? I'm like, yeah, you're right. But chaos, man, it's chaos.
The chaos creator. Don't inform your team anything that you're doing.
Just go. Yeah, so that's what I did. And then we ended up because I'm the climber, I guess, on our team. So but man, I was putting it in there and going as hard and blew up our team and then blew up everybody else, and we ended up only having 3 versus 5 at the end. And then and on that course you have that downhill, and then we finished on the uphill. I think it's on top of the 23rd Street maybe, or Broad Street climb. I can't remember, whatever the second one is.
Yeah, the one that's like not as steep or long. I can't remember which one it is, but I know which one you're talking about.
Yep. So I was just going all in on that and trying to get to the top, and I ended up getting third, which I got past the last second, and that's okay. I mean, they drafted me, and I just was going as hard as I could, and it's okay. It was kind of fun. In the hindsight, it was kind of fun. But do you get stressed out at all, Josh, when you're racing? Like the cognitive load plus the the physical load. Do you ever feel like that's a lot when you're racing these?
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, I as you know, I basically do a mini de-essing like while racing anyway. But it does take some of the focus for me, like away from the heavy breathing that I'm experiencing.
Yeah.
So it's like a nice distraction from like my own fatigue.
Yeah, so when's the last time you've done a race where someone else has de-essed? I guess that's a better question.
Oh man. It's probably been at least 3 months since we've had someone DS any of our ladder races, or like any race for that matter.
Right. Yeah, because it does help, I think. But I guess because it takes that one layer off. I feel like of like I got to watch all these moves because somebody else is watching the moves for me. I guess, does that make sense? Or
I mean, it is nice to have someone else be of clear mind that isn't like super fatigued. That's watching those things, and you know, because when your heart rate's like maxing out, I mean, it's a lot harder to pay attention to those kinds of things for sure.
Oh, it totally is. Yeah, I definitely have an issue with that. Well, all right. Well, next time I'll try and help sometime when you're doing that. But
thanks.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and then they're gonna be like, everybody on Cypher's gonna be like, who is this guy? Get him off here!
Get him out of here!
Yeah. Oh man. But so I was gonna talk about failing a little bit because that was it wasn't a fail in like our team spirit and everything was high and stuff. But I led that to I screwed everybody up, but we still had a good time. So we didn't. I have a hard time talking about failing because I try not to let it set me back too much. But I don't know. Failing's a part of life. It's a part of cycling and everything too. And then I was going to talk about failing for because I had to do on Sunday. I was supposed to do an FTP test for Coach Cat wanted me to do an FTP test. So I said, all right, I'll do my FTP test on that. I did it underfueled and very tired. And I failed the test because I had to, and like he didn't come out and like give me an F or anything like that. I probably got an F plus. But he did say but I felt like a failure because I couldn't complete the whole thing. So I was just feeling a little down on myself, and but we have to do these things right sometimes, or do these to know our limits, right? And
and I mean you can't win every race. You can't
like
be successful and in every workout. Like it's just it's not realistic.
Yes,
so,
you're right.
You gotta keep your head up in a lot of those cases, and
just
not let it bother you. Easier said than done, of course.
Yes, it is. And it's like after that race on Friday, like I was like, man, I should have just gone harder there, but I couldn't. So it's like it's not like a car engine where you can just press the gas pedal or accelerator faster. You are the accelerator, and there's only so much you can do, I guess. So
it's a lot easier said than done to like have someone have us sit here on our high horse and
Yep.
not,
Yeah.
if you're like not in the heat of the moment, not
Right.
racing, not doing whatever, to say like, oh yeah, look how, yeah, I let it brush off my shoulder, roll off my shoulder. But
Yeah.
yeah, easier said than done. But yeah,
Absolutely.
that's try not to let it affect you if
Yeah.
things don't go according to plan.
And I usually give myself the like 15 minutes to just like if I can't get over it in 15 minutes, then I just gotta let it go. But yeah, and it's okay. There's always another workout. There's always another race, and that's the beauty of having teammates too that are there to support you and stuff. So when you're not feeling so wonderful, that they're there to tell you that either yes you do stink, or no, they're there to build you up. Oh man.
Uh,
It's so funny though. I feel like we spent at least on Friday night after that race that Merclonia lost. I think we spent longer talking about it, like how what happened and how we could change it next time, but in like a good way, I guess. Does that make
Yeah,
sense there
yeah.
too?
I
Yeah.
mean, it is healthy to digest, and as long as everyone like talks about things constructively. I mean, no one wants to
Yes.
just be like, "Oh, well, you sucked because of X, Y, Z."
Because of
Like,
this.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's not really productive. But
Right.
if you approach it as like, "Hey, I would have done X, Y, and Z next time." I
Yeah.
mean, take it as though people are trying to like help, not
Yeah.
be
Right.
critical, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
And I'm.
you do have to accept some constructive feedback at times, but it is helpful to
Mhm.
like debrief, and I mean that's half the fun of ladder races, in my opinion, is to just
That's true.
debrief about what went well, what didn't. Um,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
especially all the tactics and stuff. I mean, I know we talk about racing a lot and we talk about ladder racing a lot because we both are in it a lot. But it's like there's the tactics are very obvious during
yeah,
that time. I think so. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, with the benefit of hindsight, it's
yeah,
always with the benefit of hindsight, it's always
absolutely,
much easier.
absolutely. Oh man! All right, so now you're going to go out on a gravel ride here, and we were just talking about in pre-production about because I asked you if you had been waxing yet or anything, and because I like to wax my chain, and that's not a euphemism for anything, but it's sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
it's real. It's real. It is
It's
not
real.
it's not a you.
So as I'm alone in my basement waxing my chain, no. We were talking about this though, about waxing, and I am not an expert at all by any mean or a waxpert. They should call themselves waxperts,
Yeah,
don't you think?
Waxford, that's
Yeah,
hilarious.
waxpert. I like to use the Silka wax, and again, we are not sponsored by Silka, but we happily would be. And in fact, Chase Wark, if you listen to his or episode a few episodes ago, he gave us a coupon code for waxing with Wark. WARK, and I can't remember how much you get off on Silka's website, but you can use that to get off get some discount off on that too. Anyway, but which is awesome. So because Silka's stuff is great, but. So I'm trying to convince Josh here on the virtues of waxing, the things why waxing's so good. And Josh, what have you heard about waxing? So we're just going to talk a little bit about it.
Just that it's easier for maintenance.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more upfront hassle. I mean,
Hmm.
it, if you have to like take your chain off and strip
Yeah.
everything and spend the time doing it, but like it seems a lot cleaner. Like for the
Yeah.
period that it's like good like quote unquote good for.
Right.
Um, because yeah, like every time I like do the lubrication or whatever on my chain, like go out and then everything's all just grimy and
Yeah.
gross. Like even if it's like nice smooth paved roads, which
Yep.
is just a hassle. I mean, get that nice crunchy,
Yes. The
stuff
paste
like
on there.
yeah,
Mm.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's gross. So I feel like I have to clean it every single time. But
Yeah.
waxing, do you not have to do that every time?
Yeah, I mean, maybe you should, but
But you
I,
don't.
I don't. So yeah, I'm more of a lazy waxer. But so when I ride, usually before, like what you're saying, like if I was going to go out for our like a typical group ride that we do in the summers and stuff like that, the night before I was always putting on like Rock and Roll Red, which I still like to use. I have that in play on one of my bikes still, but that's not wax, but because I still have like a bottle of it and I don't want to waste it. Again, the Midwestern in me doesn't want to waste it. So, but that also has wax in it too, but it's just delivered by a liquid because it all needs a carrier. Anyway. But that stuff will set up overnight. It takes 8 hours for it to set up, and then when you ride it, it kind of breaks in as you're riding. And there's lots of other wax or like wet waxes or stuff like that as well. But we're talking really about this like dry waxing thing, I guess. But yes, the cleaning thing is real. That is what the number one thing for me. That and the less maintenance. So that was the other thing because. When you get done with a ride, if it was rainy, you just have to wipe down any water off your chain and cassette because that can get little rust spots on it because of just the little spots in that where the wax
something related to chemistry.
Yep, yeah, and I have no idea. And to use ketchup actually to get it. No, I'm just kidding. No. But yeah. So
no one do that, please.
Yeah, do not put ketchup on your drivetrain. But anyway, but that you just wipe it down, get any water off it. But other than that, it's like you have to redo it. Like depends on how much you ride. I want to say like every maybe like 600 miles. I feel like I do that. I redo it. But I just redid my road chain, which is also my gravel chain, just yesterday, which is one of the reasons why I was thinking about this. And it was pretty dirty, but it wasn't that bad. And then, wiping it off with running it through just a microfiber towel, that gets off a lot of the stuff. And then I put it in the wax. But yeah, I got to say, I could pick it up, and normally, like if you touch your chain, I bet Josh, your hands would just turn black with goo on it, right?
Yeah, so
yeah.
God, but you know what's frustrating is like when you clean it, or like use the degreaser or whatever, and then like that black nonsense like gets all over the frame, and then I use like microfiber towels to like get that off, but then once it's on the towel, then if you use that same part of the towel, then it just smears everywhere. Like it's like literally the most frustrating thing ever. So I think from that standpoint, I'm pretty over that.
Yes.
So I might explore this waxing.
Yeah, and I will say that now Silka has these like strip chips things. So like you have your wax, and like I have an Instant Pot, so I put it in the Instant Pot liner. It takes like maybe 5 or 6 minutes to melt the whole thing, and then now they have these things called strip chips. So you just put that in there because otherwise. I have the stripper juice, which is like you have to put or it's not called that, it's called something else. But anyway, you put like a jar, you put your chain in the jar, and in the stripper juice, we'll just use that because I can't remember what the name of it is. That strips everything off the chain. And you only have to do that when you have a new chain or a chain that you haven't waxed before. And again, some wax experts who are purists will probably say that you should only start with a new chain. But I've done it with used chains or chains that aren't that old as well, and I've had success with that too. But that strip chip takes that step away. So all you do is just clean your chain and then just put it into the wax, and then you just let it do its thing, and agitate it a little bit. And then you pull it out and let it dry. I mean, that's seriously it. And then you put it on the bike. I like to put it on the bike while it's still a little warm so it can get on there without getting too many stiff links. And one thing I will say is that you should...
Yeah, because once you put it back on, right, it's like... It like some of the wax starts chipping off and whatever, right?
Yeah.
That's perfectly normal.
Yep, that's perfectly normal. It's fine, and it's just going to make you faster. It's like when you are. But one thing I will say is that Park Tool and other companies make these little quick link pliers that remove the quick links. Those are definitely worth it. I would invest the $10 or whatever it is for one of those. I don't know the exact Park Tool number, but I have one of those, and that helps to take your chain apart and to put it together. But when you're done waxing the whole chain and everything, and you're letting it drip, I like to take some needle nose pliers, pull out and put the quick link into into the either end of the chain so that it gets in there too, because it's kind of hard to get that in when it's full of wax, if that makes sense, because that
it's a little bit of a mess.
Yeah. So it's definitely worth doing that. So anyway, and then putting it all back together and stuff. But and the key here, go ahead.
Is it annoying to like have to take the chain off, take it like put it back on constantly? Well, not constantly.
Yeah,
but,
it's only like a couple times a season, but it's really not that bad. That's the thing. Like there is some fear there, like that first time you do it, and like if you put it on wrong or something. But basically, no, it's not that hard. But you'll get to be a pro at it real quickly, and the first couple times you do it, and it's not that bad. But then when you put it back on your chain, make sure you route it through the cassette correctly and under those tabs and stuff. Silka has a great video on that. But then also when you put it on and stuff, your shifting is going to shift like crap for the first like 20 minutes of the next time you ride, and you have to really consciously not adjust your derailleur because you're going to be like, oh, I got to go adjust my derailleur. Nope, you just got to ride it out because it's just going to shift poorly for that amount of time, and then once it's done, I'm glad
you said something because I probably definitely would have messed with it not knowing this, because I would have just jumped in and not looked at any videos or anything.
Yeah, well, it's like, and like a friend of mine was telling me this. He's like, you gotta don't adjust your derailleur, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I know my friend, actually the Senator Richard Dickwood, he told me this. He said, my friend there, he said, to not adjust your derailleur and everything. I'm like, I know he said not to, but I think I need to, and I didn't, but I'm like, I'm not going to, because thankfully it was on my bike that has the Di2 stuff, so I couldn't. I don't know how to do it. So
problem solved. You don't know how to do it. Though.
I don't know how to do it. The bike shop has to do it. So I didn't do it. But anyway, so totally worth it. Yes, for those of you who haven't done it, I would just watch the videos on Silka's website, because they're probably better explaining at it than I am. But then you can also use your fancy a coffee kettle and like do hot wax, or pour the hot water on your chain. They have a video about that too, to like clean it while it's on your bike, and then that will melt the wax, and you can re-wax it that way. But I've never done that. I just put it back in after I wipe it down and then re-wax it, and it's been great. So, okay, waxing.
Yeah. I thought that was going in a different direction when you're talking about like the coffee pot or the thing, like just pouring wax out of that. I was like, I'm not using that for wax.
No way. I know.
I thought that was going in a different direction for a minute.
Oh yeah. Here's the other tip that I found that I like is when you're done waxing, or when it's time to pull it out, because I don't have a one of those like laser thermometers, but I like to, as you're watching the wax, like it'll start to like solidify and gets like a pudding skin. If you've ever made instant pudding, it gets like a pudding skin on the top. I don't know. That's just a good way to put it, I guess. And it starts to solidify or something, and that's when you start to pull it out. So you don't need to necessarily have like a special thermometer or anything like that. But it is kind of like just therapeutic to watch.
A heat gun.
Yeah, is that what it's called? Probably. I would guess. Yeah.
No. I was saying like you could just use a heat gun.
Oh, you could. Yeah, to like
eat up the
break
wax,
the wax.
I guess, if you really want to. Maybe.
Interesting. Or use your leaf blower somehow. Oh man! All right,
sounds messy.
Yeah, it does. It definitely does. Yeah, just stuff everywhere. But yeah, and don't forget that Chase Works coupon code if you buy anything from Silka there, and then you get something off. I don't know what it is, but yeah, that's great. That was nice of him to say. Which, by the way, he's been doing some impressive stuff. There was Derry Roubaix this last weekend here in our area, and I think he did really well. I didn't get a chance to watch his route, but I think it was yesterday. So awesome, good job.
I'm not surprised.
Yes, exactly. He's amazing. He's seriously amazing. He's just like destroying everybody around here, which is awesome. And speaking of gravel stuff here, on September 20th, September 20th of this year, if anybody is coming to Crescent, Minnesota, you got to let me know. Hit us up in the Discord chat, and we got to see if we can get Josh to come out here, because that's the USA Cycling championship thing is going to be here. The championship, the
Yeah,
USA
I'm gonna
Sailing
be
Championships.
yeah, I'm gonna be competing there. No, just kidding.
Yeah, you probably could. Well, hey, if you come out here, man, we're gonna have a party. It'll be fun. You come over to my house, we'll have a good time. It will go. We should do that. If we have enough people that are coming, we should definitely go and do some recon rides or something, because it's gonna be epic for sure. I don't know that I can do the whole route because it's the gravel riding around here is just incredible. Like in southeast Minnesota, you wouldn't think so. Western Minnesota is more flat. I mean, it's not completely flat, but southeast Minnesota, this has the same topography as France in some areas because it's a driftless region, and
It's basically France 2.0.
Exactly. It's basically France, but it's got everything's in English, and the bread isn't as good, I guess, or something. Zwift was launched 10 years ago this week. Maybe we could talk about some of our early Zwift memories. I started in 2016 was my first Zwift ride. That was on rollers using a speed sensor on my bike. When did you start, Josh?
I started in COVID. I started on a spin bike,
Nice.
and
Yeah.
that had quote unquote power.
Yeah.
Shockingly, like when I actually switched to a direct drive trainer, like
Mhm.
it was actually pretty comparable,
Mhm.
surprisingly, because I
Yeah.
hear most spin bikes like overread power or
Yeah.
it's not accurate at all, and yeah, it seemed to actually be pretty comparable. But anyway, yeah, I did during like peak COVID, and
Mhm.
that's when I got into Zwifting, and yeah, it's been fun ever since. But
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, I can't believe it's been this long for me. I mean, it was 2016, and then and I was on rollers, and it was a lot of fun. But like, I could only do like about 30 minutes or so at a time. Like, I
yeah,
was just because it's the concentration of trying to stay on and not fall off, and
yeah,
literally
yeah.
fall off the bike.
I have a healthy respect for people who are good at the rollers because
Yeah.
I personally never tried it, and I probably won't. Because
Yeah.
I like I reach for things, I like do the water bottle, do like type things out and
Oh
chat, all
man.
that stuff, and that would be a little bit challenging on rollers.
Yes, it is. And like if you ever like Google anything about rollers, like people doing like roller tricks and stuff, like it's incredible. Even like reaching to your back pocket is kind of
Yeah,
like
it's
that's amazing.
sketchy. Sketchy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Sketchy.
there were
I'm look
several times. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was saying I'm looking on Zwift Insider. Eric had posted a article about 10 years
Mhm.
ago today on Zwift, which is pretty interesting. It said one of the bullet points says it took beta testers 5 months to ride 1 million miles. Um,
Mhm.
but in 2024, Zwifters rode one slightly over 1 billion miles on the platform, or 2.8 million miles
Wow.
per day.
Oh my
So it's
gosh.
definitely exploded in popularity
Oh man, that is
from the
incredible.
beginning.
Yeah. And the graphics have gotten better. I think they definitely have, and I think that's also from like I was using an older Windows 10 machine, and then going to I use an Apple TV now, and I know that like you have a gaming PC, right? And
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and I know that it's your like whenever I watch your streams, your graphics are better than mine, even though mine's in 4K, but it's not. I don't have the newest Apple TV, but yeah, it'd be nice to get one, but I just can't justify it because it's
Yeah,
like it's
yeah,
not.
yeah.
There's, I mean, maybe better
It's
graphics,
not
but
quite yeah, Swift isn't the most like, graphics demanding game out
yeah,
there. So yeah.
yeah.
And I'm seeing some other interesting stats in this article too, where like, oh hey, when Zwift first launched, Watopia had only one 9.1
I know.
kilometer route known as the Hilly
Yeah,
route, and then today Zwift hosts 262 routes spread across 12 maps. So
man. Yeah, it's crazy. When
yeah,
and I
every time
yeah,
I
go ahead.
think I'm making impact on my the route badges, it's like,
Hmm.
hey, we've come out with another couple of
Yeah.
routes, and like, I'm never gonna get all these things.
Well, yeah, it's because you're always racing, man. That's why. It's
I know,
why
I know, I
it,
know.
it's it's hard
It's
not to do that though.
yeah, and it's hard to justify like, oh, hey, I'm just gonna do a random zone 2 ride on,
Mm.
insert whatever random route here, especially if it's a longer one. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, it's really hard to do them solo because yeah, if you have other people with you, then it helps out a lot. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
we need to
Needs
get
a
the
needs
go
some
ahead.
banded ride.
Yeah, well, we definitely need to get some more rides together, or do some more some Watopian weekly rides, and like do some of these longer ones. That would be fun. I you did the Uber Pretzel, didn't you? I think, or was that a couple months
Yeah, I
ago?
did the Uber pretzel. What was it? Late December.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that was as a race, which was
Oh man.
pretty interesting. I
Yeah.
like it, it was actually pretty cool, but yeah, it was quite a slog because
Yeah, I bet.
Alp
I
is
don't
at
have
the
that one
end.
yet. Yeah, I don't have that one yet, and I need to get it. So, oh my gosh, yeah, we'll have to do that sometime.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I'm sure if we did it as a race, then more people will show up, and yeah, and then I don't know. We can fight for last place, but I can fight for last place. But then yeah, so I was trying to think about some other stuff about what I would like to see and for Zwift, and I know Gina has been talking about the Velodrome a lot, and I've heard other people mention that how come Zwift doesn't have a Velodrome, and I think that would be really cool to have that, but especially with steering now, how you can, you could go from side to side and everything. And I wonder if they could do it where it was something more like how you go to like, Repack Rush or Repack Ridge, that one where that game inside Zwift.
yeah, yeah.
Have you done that route at
I
all?
yeah,
Or
I did repack rush once just to
yeah,
get the badge,
yeah,
I think.
yeah, and to get the steering and stuff and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah, so like they could do something like that. But I was trying to think of how we could set it up so it would feel like like fixed gear. Do you think that they would can Zwift force us to stay in one gear? I think they could with
I don't
virtual shifting.
maybe, but I mean if you have a cassette, obviously I don't think there's a way to
Yeah.
force you to be in that. Well, I mean, you may be able to use like some type of erg
Yeah,
mode type
erg.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It would
Because
be
that's what
interesting
I
to
was trying to
see.
that's what I was trying to think about, like if erg mode could be used for that. But erg mode is particularly like usually set like for this is the wattage that you can do it, but they can't, like whatever, set it for 200 watts, and then however much you spin, it'll only produce 200 watts. So, I don't know, but I just thought that might be interesting to do something like that, because how cool would it be to be in a pace line or going around the boards and everything, and then swapping out and everything, just like they do on TV.
Yeah,
That would be
yeah,
awesome.
that'd be sweet. I would like to see
Yeah,
Velodrome.
yeah,
That'd
that
be
would be so
fun.
cool.
That'd be
And
fun.
I wonder if they could do it because then
They have like a running route that's basically,
yes,
you know, a
yeah,
circle or oval.
right. Yeah, it's just a
I
track.
feel like they could at least just, hey, plop plop a route in there.
Yeah, and if it could be like event only or something
Yeah.
too, so then it wasn't like we wouldn't have 40,000 people in a in like a 1 mile area on the
Yeah.
map.
Very very congested.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you would get a lot of draft. It's just draft the whole way.
Yeah.
Oh man, but
I wonder if that's a problem though. I mean,
yeah.
if you have as soon as you put the Velodrome out there, I'm sure a bunch of people are going to want to use
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, if it was event only, I think it might be a little easier. And then also, or you might ease some of that. And then also,
Yeah.
how cool would that be for ladder races, 5v5, and where
Oh,
you
that
start
would
on
be
either
very
side?
chaotic, very chaotic.
Oh man, that would be
Would
awesome.
be interesting, but yeah, it would be super chaotic.
Because then you could do like knockout races, right, or something like if you caught the other team, it would
Yeah, the
if you caught another
elimination
person,
style or whatever.
yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Oh man, okay, I want to see that. All right, Zwift, let's see if we can get a velodrome going. Come on, that'd be cool. And
Please.
the launcher, I think they could definitely do a launcher where everyone start, or, you wouldn't, you could just everyone starts at zero and you have to get up to speed. I think that would be easy to do too. So
Yeah.
that's pretty
That'd be
much,
fun. That'd be
yeah,
fun.
definitely. Oh man, so this is definitely cool. I think we should look for that. And yeah, any other big things that you're looking forward to in Zwift in the next 10 years?
No, I mean, I've been trying to think of this question. I saw you post this in
Mm.
the yeah, in the rundown, I was trying to think of like, oh, hey, what do we want? What do I want to see out of
Yeah.
this? And I'm not really sure. I think just continued refinements for
Hmm.
like the Zwift racing score would be nice.
Yes, definitely.
Not necessarily like new mechanics, new routes, new whatever, but just continued refinement of how racing works on Zwift. I think
Hmm.
that's what I'm looking forward to most.
Yeah.
It's a tall
And
order.
yeah,
Everyone's gonna be pissed no matter what you do.
right.
Like there's always gonna be someone mad about something. Like
Yeah.
there's always if you're at the bottom of whatever category or cutoff there is, you're gonna be annoyed about whatever change there might be. But I do think that's something that I look forward to beyond just A, B, C, D categories, which
Right.
are not they are not the way.
Right. This is not the way. Yeah, but there's definitely. I mean, when we talk about graphics and everything too, I know they talk about the game engine, and I know you probably know more about that than I do. But do you think that they will ever change to a different game engine? I mean, I hear that talk a lot, and do we want it to look like Grand Theft Auto or something like that, where it's more realistic, or do we want it to just be like this? Like, I kind of like the cartoony aspect of it.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, it doesn't really like I feel like ultra realism in indoor cycling that you're using as a
right.
tool for training or racing or whatever. Like, I don't care about having the best of the best graphics. I mean, I'd rather it just run well.
Right.
And,
Yeah. Same.
if you can spend more time optimizing whatever you have, I think that's what I prefer.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I think Training Peaks, or whatever Indie Velo turned
Yeah.
into, like that's a cool platform. It's a little bit more, it looks a little bit more polished, realistic, but I found that I mean, I didn't really care about that aspect. I
Yeah.
just like you want something that's more team camaraderie, the world
Yeah.
feels alive and is just like a better experience to make the time go by faster.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, because honestly, like we alluded to things like before 2016 and everything, before Zwift, I was sitting there on my rollers, watching Netflix or something, or watching a DVD or something, a DVD, and like a Chris Carmichael DVD, and like just spinning, and it was boring. It was really hard to motivate yourself. And then like when Zwift came along, it was like this is the best thing ever for trying to stay motivated inside. So, but yeah,
True
yeah, I
that.
don't know. I like it. I like it the way it is. I'm not a big proponent of change or anything. I think it's good. I mean, there's definitely refinements. I still think that they changed the moon. Have you noticed the moon has been different at all, at least in Watopia?
No, I haven't, but I do some things I do like about the world are like the random just like farm animals on the side or people jumping up and
Yeah,
down, which I mean it looks ridiculous,
I
but
know.
it is funny to see.
Especially when you stop. If you have a dropout, which it has happened to me before. Thankfully, I haven't. Knock on wood, hasn't happened recently. But when you have a dropout, and then like they're standing on the road cheering next to you, and you're
Yeah.
like, it's like you're like, I don't know. It's hard enough to try and get everything repaired when you are like your heart rate's at so high and stuff too. But
Yep.
oh man,
Yep.
that's so funny.
It is
But
funny though.
yeah. Well, speaking of, I know you got an outside ride to go to, and you're gonna be graveling outside today,
Yep,
and
yep. Doing
that's
a
awesome.
doing a good 50 miles.
Nice, man. A new bike is in full effect, so
Yes,
this is
yes,
great.
yes.
How have you been?
We'll see how it goes. I mean, I've been enjoying it a lot. It's a little bit the the frame geometry is a little bit more arrow, so
Mhm.
it's taken some getting used to.
Yeah,
I think the reach is a little long for me as well, so that probably doesn't help. You know, could have just gotten fitted.
yeah.
I know if Jesse ever listens, he'll probably probably will say shame on you for not getting an actual bike fit. But
Yeah.
yeah, I've liked the bike a lot so far. It's been pretty sweet.
That's awesome, man. And then I want a bike fit. I need to do that. I need to get a bike fit, like a proper bike fit, because I've had it done at the bike shop when I bought my bike and stuff, and that was good. And and I've been fine, but I'm sure there's some refinements that could be made. And that would be great to get those set up and get everything set up so that it's the same on my indoor bike versus my outdoor bike. But man,
Sure.
And is your stem is it a standard stem, or is it all integrated into your handlebar?
It's not integrated, so
Okay.
yeah, which is nice because I think I might want to change it,
Yeah,
maybe.
because you can.
But
Does your stem go up or down? Like, because you could remove your stem and flip it up or down, and maybe
yeah,
raise it up.
it's pretty flat. I don't think there's much of a
Okay.
whatever, like, degree angle,
Yeah.
like, because
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
of them are like plus or minus whatever,
Yep. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems pretty flat,
Okay.
whatever the
Well,
proper term is for it. Yeah, I'm
that's right.
showing
That's right.
I'm showing my extreme bike knowledge.
Well, I don't know anything about wine, so yeah. So yeah, but well, I was just gonna say, you should, definitely explore that too, because especially if you get any pain at all and everything too. But
Yeah.
you're
Well, I'll
gonna,
get pain riding just from riding a long time.
yeah,
It won't be because of an improper fit. It'll just be
yeah,
because I'm tired.
yeah. It's crushing those rocks, man.
Yeah.
Oh man! All right. Well. Speaking of, this is a great place to close our episode. And because you got to get. I'm gonna ride later too. You're riding later too. This is gonna be great. Thank you to everybody who listening to our podcast this week and every week. Be sure to check out on our Discord server for any coupon codes that we get. Again, Watopian Weekly staff does not receive any kickbacks or anything free from the people or companies that have been on our podcast, although we are definitely open to doing so. But and we definitely have we're going to get some other rides going, so get our Zwift Club rides and everything too, our Watopian Weekly Zwift Club rides and stuff too. If you have any questions, please hit us up on the Discord server or send us an email to watopianweekly@gmail.com. I do check it, and or someone on staff will check it, but it's usually me, and then, and then people get back to it. We'll get back to you. Also, yes, send any recipes or anything else. Shout out to everybody, getting these indoor rides in and getting stoked for getting outside. This is awesome, and for everybody staying inside and doing these rides too. This is such a great time to be riding. So, any other shout outs you want to give out, Josh?
Just the Zypher crew.
Zypher
We got some new folks from one of our other squads that kind of folded for the summer. So we're gonna be the median rank is gonna be higher. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to getting just shellacked in a lot of these races. But
It's gonna be awesome.
it will be good. But yeah, shout out to that crew.
That's awesome. All right, fantastic, man. Yeah, and shout out to Merclonia and to Epiphany, yes, and always to DRS Magma. Oh, if we get another DRS season this summer, Summer Champions, I hope we do. Last year was awesome, and DRS has just been so much fun. We are going to have those guys on here soon. We just got to get a time where everyone can get together, because we got to do that again. That was so much fun last summer. Remember that, Josh?
Oh yeah, it was great.
Yeah, so I can't wait to do that again. So, all right, well, from everybody here at Watopian Weekly, we'll see you in Watopia.